All right, how's everybody doing? Welcome back, Military Family Investing. Okay, real estate investing in your 20s. All right, like my little guy here. So I created this book, and my little guy adds a little flavor to it. Okay, so go ahead, grab the free PDF. Okay, so again, I'm focusing on my articles that have free PDFs because I think giving is what we need to do. I have a whole nother 700 articles that don't have PDFs. I got about 250 that do. So I'll focus on those first and see where it leads to. Now, your 20s real estate investing. Okay, this is going to shock people, but you don't have a lot of money in your 20s. Okay, so I hate to be the one to tell you. So, what can you focus on in your 20s? Build the mindset of an investor. If you can do that in your 20s, you're going to be off to a good start. And guess what? Investors read books. And then from there, you can watch YouTube on top, but read those books, and I'll have a list of books to read. Okay, so I bought my house in 2008 at age 26. I read all the bank rate articles and everything else. Come to find out, they didn't teach me everything I needed to know. I did not know that, yes, your mortgage or your principal and interest are fixed. However, your property taxes go up. I didn't know that. So when I made the deal for my house, that first year, my property taxes doubled and I didn't even know what to do. Okay. That's how naive I was for not reading books. So, because bank rate is there to get you to buy a house, right? So just be aware, they're not on your side. They give you good information, but they're not on your side. They want you to spend, spend, spend. Okay, so I took a major L on my house. Okay, we bought for 300,000 in 2008, and by 2010, it was worth 200,000. Okay, now if I would have known anything about markets and what was going on, I would have at least been prepared. I wouldn't have bought a house that was taxing my income so much. So I would have bought a cheaper house. Now, what books to read? I have an article here that says read these 10 books before buying your first house. All right, so get into this article and read these 10 books. Okay, these are going to help you. These are books I read after owning 3 houses. Okay, now I'm looking back and I'm like, don't be like me. Okay, now the mindset of a real estate investor is you're making rental income. In your 20s, you can make the same income as somebody who's making $1,000 a month by what? Saving $1,000 a month in housing. So if you can afford a house or an apartment, which is very expensive now, but if you can afford an apartment, say $2,000 a month, but instead you go rent a room for $1,000 a month, you and pocket that $1,000. It's the same thing as buying a house and renting it for and getting a positive net cash or cash flow of $1,000 a month. If you can get that in your head, you can become wealthy at a very young age. Okay. That's what rental income is. That's the root of it. Finding ways to reduce your own personal housing cost. If you can always reduce your housing cost, you will always have money. Now, if you can get that mindset and you can have 20, 30, $50,000 going into your 30s, man, you're going to be a power player. Live below your means. Rent a room when you can rent a room. Pocket the difference. Invest the difference. You won't regret it. Okay. Living in an apartment, buying house, playing house, buying furniture, doing all these things, they're not going to do anything for you. Okay. It's going to be so much harder to save and invest when you're doing that. You can house hack. You can house hack with your parents. So you stay at home. Okay. If you have parents like that, that you stay home, stay home. Make sure that you're investing the difference. Make sure you're being a good steward of your parents' time and resources and giving them cash. If they don't refuse cash, then do things around the house. Yeah, it has to be a fair value exchange. You're not here to be a bum. But grab that extra money and put it to work. Okay. I was 38 years old 3 years ago before I had my awakening financial reckoning. I finally realized that going to work every day was not going to produce me the results I needed. I had to change something. And guess what? Me and my wife got roommates. And now we have 200,000. And this is what, when I write this, this is almost 7-8 months ago, right? We have this money in the bank now, plus more, because of just doing due diligence, getting roommates, living below our means, saving and investing. You can do it. But you're in your 20s. I'm now 41, which is still young, but 20 is a lot younger. Okay. Now, as you're saving and investing, learn something else. Okay. Rent a room, live below your means, but learn what you can also do that can grow. Anything that can compound. YouTube compounds, blogging compounds, a business compounds, vending machine, all these things, Turo, rent a car, starting a garden, whatever you want to do is going to compound in time. So if you start the compounding process in your 20s, if you can start, even if you're just playing video games without even speaking, and you're just playing video games, and the games you love, you just record it, put it on YouTube, make it professional, cut it up in episodes. You do that long enough, you're going to start earning money. You're already playing the video games. You might as well take the extra hour or two to upload and do it. But you have to complete all your games. You have to be diligent. You have to upload. You have to have a schedule, right? It's a work element to what you're doing for fun, but that stuff will compound over time. Start in your 20s. So your key takeaway for your 20s is to live below your means, rent a room, get a roommate, whichever one, save the difference, and learn as much as possible. Learn. Your 20s are very hard because you think that the world's going to give you stuff. You think that you have all this time. You're going to waste your time drinking, chasing the opposite sex, and blah, blah, blah. I got it. It's part of your hormones. If you could just take away to spend an hour a day on yourself, building yourself, you will be rich before you know it. Okay? Now, some things to look at as you head into your 30s is, where are the people moving? Where's the flow of progress for the city? Is it expanding? Is it deteriorating? Is it going down? Where are the areas? Because when you hit your 30s or your late 20s, you want to be able to make an investment. Even if it's a small starter home, even if you buy a starter home, you live in it for a year so that you can get the all the bonus credits for buying your personal residence, and then you move back out into rent a house, into your rental room, and rent out the house. Okay. So these are all things that you can do to build your wealth. Okay. Now, I would say that I will be a real estate investor, and I would say, yeah, it's sexy to get 15 doors and get leveraged up, and you don't need all that. Okay, you don't need all that. Now, if you have a family that can support that, a dad and mom that know this stuff, then yeah, you have more risk tolerance for risk. But if you're all alone, you need to build your empire slowly. That's how wealth is built. So instead of trying to get 15 doors, read 15 books. Make your first investment. Wait. You see a mobile home that's getting bought. You see a house that's maybe livable but not in top condition. You can save some money. Get in there. And then you can upgrade it house. Maybe live in there. You house hack. You get a roommate. Whatever you do, get your housing costs to zero, and you will be rich. Okay. Now, with that being said, the last thing I'll recommend is the book Unfair Advantage. Robert Kiyosaki, great book. These are a couple of books I have for free right here. This one, The Retirement Planning Guide 2, great book. And of course, if you scroll down to the bottom of my page, all free books, resources, everything you need. Okay, so nice, passive income 2022. So about to do a 2023 version. But that's it for your 20s. Real estate investing is investing in yourself, living below your means, living as cheaply as possible, investing the difference, and then we'll prepare for our 30s. All right. With that being said, I'll see you next time. Bye.